Hi everyone, welcome back to my TemTem playthrough, and this is part 65. It's been a lot of episodes, and I believe in the last one I ended out in the Punsen Sanctum, where we were trying to defeat a legendary TemTem. It's a lair. I've heard a lot about this one. It seems that it is a bit challenging. There is also a bit of a glitch in this one, so hopefully we'll be able to defeat the TemTem. I also have absolutely no idea on how this works, but we do have a really good team and I'm quite confident on it. Either way, I believe we were halfway done, or maybe 3/4. Here we are. I do have 5 TemTems right now in my team. Let me quickly go ahead and challenge this teamer here. This one's a 3-star teamer, which I believe is a bit tougher. He does have TemTems around 96, and the TemTems do have some really good moves as well. I have actually made a bit of research on the legendary TemTem. Apparently it is called Gallios and does have dual typing. I believe it is mental/earth. If you do have either melee or water, I believe it is really good. Even electric type TemTems are good against it as well. In my case, I do have around 2 water type TemTems, so hopefully this one helps. If you do get a chance to switch out your TemTems, make sure that the ones you get are a bit higher in level. Regardless of typing, if you do get a higher level TemTem which is able to instill different status, I think that is pretty helpful. Either way, we're doing pretty well against these two here. One of them goes down. As for Shalont, I'm hoping that it will go down in the next turn. Next is Nezla, which means I might have to switch out my Viplum. As for Rignet, I think it's still fine. I'm just going to go ahead and try to use a move with it. I've actually never used any of these TemTems, so it's really nice to see their potential here. I'm pretty sure that if you do get the right team, I would say it is much easier to defeat it. Probably Platimos would be a good TemTem for this. I've heard that Guldur is also a really good TemTem for putting status. So if you do get a chance to get a Guldur, go with that TemTem for the lair. I do have a Yoldarin team, which I think is pretty good. I'm not sure on the status move for this TemTem, but I think I'll be able to do pretty good damage. Even though Yolder has neutral moves, I think it does do more damage than the non-effective ones. Till now, I was lucky enough to get TemTems that are super effective against the legendary TemTem or neutral ones like Yowler. I'm hoping that this kind of keeps on. I really like the fact that I also got a Scarwat, which is at level 100. This one's gonna be much helpful. As long as, of course, the legendary TemTem doesn't go for Earth type move, in which case I think Scarwolf will not be that good. We have one last TemTem to take down. Nizla seems to be a bit difficult, as I do need a nature type move to take it down. In this case, I do have Valish, which should help. Crystal type moves are super effective against Nizla as well. Mastone is pretty tough and is able to do a super effective damage on Valish. Unfortunately, my technique right here did not really take it down either. In the next turn, I'm pretty sure Mastone will go down. I think I'll take care of Nizla after that. I must say Lair is actually a pretty interesting concept, and I'm actually enjoying it so far. I'm pretty sure that there are multiple times that you might have to go through a lair just to defeat a TemTem, and I'm pretty sure that this is something that's going to happen to me at some point as well. But I think I really like the idea. The fact that you have to just come up with the moveset and a team, it kind of helps with the competitive side of battling in this game. Alright, there we go. We have defeated this steamer. As a reward, I already have a mythical jewel. I really don't need one more. I'm just gonna go with a TemTem. In this case, we do get a chance to get a Chalant. I'm actually not sure if this is a good TemTem, to be honest. It is part melee, and considering that the legendary TemTem is part mental type, I think it might be a bit of an issue. Right here I chose rewards and did get some really good items. Alright, here is a mistake that I did. I revived all of my team members, which is something I shouldn't have done. I also healed up my other team members, which I think was another mistake. I should have just saved up all of these items for the final battle. After all, we did have a 2-star player, so I think I had a higher chance if I just revived 2 of the TemTems instead of all 4. I think this is one of the wrong moves I did in this layer. You'll be able to see the effects pretty soon. Now the tamer does have a Ohai and a Zobin. This is gonna be a bit trickier, but I did decide to bring in Ringlet. Let me see if I'll be able to win this battle in a couple of turns. As far as this turn of the layer goes, I think this was one of the easiest one. I'm pretty sure that there are times when you might get unlucky and get a TemTem that might not work with the layer. If that happens, I think it's better to just restart it than go forward with the complete layer and then struggling with the last TemTem. Now, other than the side quests, I believe we have the main quest, which will give us more side quests on a later stage. I think those quests are based on defeating Arctamers, and we probably would have to run around trying to find each of them. After all, we have 4 different people in 4 different regions, and I'm super excited for that as well. I believe there is another quest called Building Bridges, which was introduced to us by Tihani, and we do have to go to Wambi to take care of that. I'm pretty sure that is another, I would say, a bit huger quest. Let's see if we are able to go through this one in this episode and cover any other quest. Even if I do lose this layer today, I'm not gonna go ahead and try it again. I'm gonna try it offline to see what might be the best strategy and then make a video on that. But for now, we're just gonna give this one a try. If we do win the layer, it's well and good. Otherwise, I'm just gonna go ahead and move on to other quests. Right here, we do have a nature type TemTem, which is a bit of a trouble. I'm pretty sure that my Skyvolt will be able to take care of it, but I think I might have to change the moveset after this battle. Let me take a look on that again. We do have Meteor Swarm, which does activate in the second turn. Let's see if I'm able to survive this turn to actually hit the TemTems. I'm surprised as to why I usually get non-speedy TemTems. I mean, everyone in my team are actually pretty slow and do have to tank a hit before they're able to dish out one, which is a bit of a trouble for me. I'm not used to TemTems that are this slow, but I think it will be a strategy on its own. At this point, I decided to choose a random wish. In this case, I do get several of them, which I think will be helpful. Right here, I also decided to go ahead and heal up my team. We are at the end. Once we do interact here, it seems like Alios has 3 different traits, which I think it will be switching in between the battles. Alright, let's go. This is the only time I'm just gonna try this one out right now. I might have to be a bit careful, but here it is. Super cool. Actually really like that animation right there. It does get supernova on the first turn and gets burnt twice. As far as I've heard in the internet, it seems that we have to actually remove the doom status. This is something I didn't know while I was going through this game. But if you don't remove the status, you do have to actually defeat it within its, in this case, 6 turns of doom. We are starting off pretty well and pretty strong. I do have a leash and Whiplam. Seems that we are able to take it down in the 3rd turn, which is really good. Right, the burn goes out and I do have to use a specific turn. This time we do get hit in the very first turn, but we are able to take it down. Once more it revives itself and we get a doom status for 6 turns. I did decide to heal up my Whiplam, but also try using Sharp Pain. It seems that Sharp Pain is really not a good move against Gallows, as it doesn't seem to do much. At this point, Valish goes down as well. Decided to switch into another TemTem. In this case, I went with Scaravolt. I think I let Whiplam go down in this turn, as I do have a couple of full revives. That would be really helpful. There we go. I'm able to hit it with a Thunder Strike, which did a pretty good chunk of damage. The next thing to do is bring in Breaknet. Go with Thunder Punch. Thunder Strike does a pretty good damage, but I'm wondering how much Thunder Punch does. We get hit by a Degenerate, which did a lot more on Breaknet. That's a bit concerning. 3 more turns left for the Doom status. Going in with Turbine did absolutely nothing, and I wish I didn't use that move. But let's see how this one goes. There we go, Earthbreaker did pretty well. But somehow Gallows seems to have survived that turn. Right. It revives itself for the 2nd time, or in this case it would be 3 more turns left. At this point I started looking at the power. I think these moves are good. Tesla Prism doesn't do much. We get hit by Regenerate, which did absolutely a lot on Breaknet once more. Somehow Scaravolt seemed to survive all of these moves. Unfortunately, it did knock itself out right here. Next up, I brought in Chillant. Chillant is not really going to do much, so I did actually full revive my Whiplam. Surprisingly, Chillant actually survives a turn, which is good. Unfortunately, we only have 4 more turns to take down Gallows. I'm just gonna let it actually knock out Chillant at this point, so let's see how this goes. Undermine did absolutely nothing, and Tesla Prison is not that good either. This turn, I believe that Gallows might get knocked out by the Doom status. Next up is Whiplam, and I'm just gonna hope that this will help. In this case, I think charged Iron Fillings would be the best turn. I mean, we still have Thunder Punch, which I really wish I had a digital tag TemTem. I'm actually surprised that Tsunami did nothing. I mean, this is a really powerful move. I wish it had done a bit more damage. Next, we have Yowler. We have 2 more turns before Gallows gets knocked out. I think I'm just gonna go with Unseen Blow and Water Cannon. Water Cannon did do a lot of damage, and Unseen Blow did absolutely nothing. Yowler will definitely go down, as it is weak to mental type moves. Decided to full revive my Scaravolt. I think that is one of the TemTems that was able to kind of hang in there. Went with another Tsunami, and I was able to knock it out before the Doom status did. Alright, 2 more turns to go, and I believe we have to defeat it one last time after that. Now Yowler did do a really good damage, but unfortunately it goes down for the Regenerate here. I would have to switch into Scaravolt, which is my last TemTem. I'm really hoping that these two TemTems will be able to do much more than the others. In this case, I'm not sure which move would be better, but I'm pretty sure that healing up my TemTem would be better at this point too. Let me go with... right. Seems that we got hit by a Beta Burst. Tsunami did a bit more damage. And Thunder Strike does a lot more, right? We have 4 more turns. We are definitely doing really good progress, but I think I'm losing out on the items as well, so I do have to be a bit more careful. This is the reason why I was talking about not using your full revive randomly in the middle of the lair. You would actually need it much more here in the boss battle, and I really wish I knew that beforehand. In this case, I go with a full restore on Whiplum. We get hit by Beta Burst, and Scarbolt actually survives, which is good. We have 2 more turns to take down Gallows. I definitely have to revive one of my TemTem and go with Water Cannon on Whiplum. We are able to knock it down. Right, one more time. Definitely 80% of the battle is done. I'm hoping that I'll be able to defeat it. Right, we are doing pretty well. We get hit by Regenerate. Scarbolt is knocked out. Thankfully, I did revive Reignit. I still have it. I'm just gonna go ahead with a Thunder Punch and Tsunami. Whiplum gets hit at this point. Right. Pretty well. Another turn of Thunder Punch, and I definitely have to use Revive to revive Scarbolt. I'm pretty sure Whiplum is gonna go down here, which it did. Reignit is also gonna go down the next turn, so I do have to be careful. Scarbolt comes back in. I'm just gonna go with Thunder Strike. Ooh. Right. We are able to knock it out for all 5 turns, which means this is the last turn for me to take it down. I think I might have to revive another TemTem and go with another move. Using Earthbreaker, we're able to do pretty good damage as there is a electric type TemTem on the field. Unfortunately, both of my team members get knocked out right here. I have my Whiplum back in. I think I'm gonna go ahead and revive Scarbolt once more. We get hit by a Beta Burst and still survive, which is good. At this point, all I'm hoping is that I'll be able to survive enough to actually take it down. There aren't much details on these lair battles online, so it's a bit difficult to know when I'll be winning this battle. But let's see how this goes. Alright, that is really good. We get hit by Regenerate. I believe Whiplum goes down. Scarbolt survives, which is good. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use another revive to revive Whiplum once more. Scarbolt gets hit by Beta Burst. Right now, I think I have 1 turn that I'll be able to use. I'm able to use Tsunami. For the next turn, I definitely have to revive. Get hit by another Beta Burst. And it seems that Gallows was revived. The main reason for this was that I wasn't able to knock it out before the Doom status did, which actually revived it. I think this is where I was wrong. I should have just gone with a move on Whiplum to just knock it out at that point. Unfortunately, at this point, there is nothing much I can do. I have actually lost this battle. We were so close to defeating it. I I think the main thing would be that you would have to focus on removing the doom status and then work with your other team members to actually take it down. I've also heard that playing a lair alone is a bit more difficult and it would be better to just play it with other people. In my case, I really don't have much, so I do have to give this one a go another time. Unfortunately, we can't do much. We have to save Kemal, and I would have to come back to this side quest at some point. Either way, we are heading back. Let me see if I'll be able to cover in any other side quest in the meantime to make some progress in this game. We only have around 5 other quests. Let's see which one we can complete. To be honest, I'm not even that disappointed with that lair. I mean, we did so well, and I think if I had just chosen a better move in the last part, I would have won that lair. Either way, it seems that there are a couple of places here in Tukma and I believe in Dennis as well that I haven't yet registered, which is something I would have to complete. There's also another quest on the housing property, so I definitely have to complete that one. I think that is a relatively small quest. Probably needs us to do some items. Right, here I am in Tukma, and apparently I actually landed in the shrine, which is surprising. I did have to make my way through to Quetzal. I'm not sure why I never chose that location, but here's one that I had to register. This is the, I believe, is the Kakama cenote. I believe that's what this place was actually called initially. There's one more that we can actually register here in Tukma. I believe that is Quetzal itself. Probably that's the reason why I had to walk around this whole city. I mean, it's still pretty fine considering that this actually brings back a lot of memories of me just going through this place back when we were still fighting Bel Soto clan. The other location that I had to explore was this one here. We do have Captain Collie, General X and his assistant here. They are now imprisoned in the same location where we were imprisoned as well, which is so hilarious to see. I'm also exploring this mine here. There's nothing really changed in this place, so I think I'll be able to just go ahead and move forward. We do have a sticker here that I somehow missed. It's a sticker for Kaku, which I'll quickly pick up. Going into this lake, or this crystal lake as I like to call it, we really don't have much here. I was just wondering if I had missed any items, which apparently I haven't. So we have actually completely explored Kisiva, or in this case, I'm sorry, it is Tukma. Completely forgot the name. But we are back in Quetzal. I don't think we have any quests here. We have definitely completed everything that we had to. Alright, here is the location for Quetzal. It's right next to the airport. Now that I've registered this, I think it is much more easier for me to actually travel. Let's see if there are any locations that I have missed. It seems that I have completely missed out all locations here in Nanga as well, which is something I will have to go through and register. There are several different places like Giant Banyan. I believe there is one for the housing property as well. I'm really not sure what it's called, but here we are. I believe there's another quest right here in Nanga, so let me see if I'll be able to complete it. I think I would have to take a look into the map for this one. There's one location here in the breeding center, or the daycare center in this case, and it is right here. There we go. This is so much easier. Although I've not yet tried out this center, I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to at some point come back here and just try out breeding TemTems. I've heard that it's pretty simple, but I'm really not sure. Next up, we have another one here. I would have to navigate to the other places. Let me quickly enter this cable cart, We're just gonna go ahead and go through the first option. As usual, the transmission screen is pretty cool. But once we are here, here we have another location. We have a quest from our friend here as well. I believe this is for our house, and we have to kind of bring in the supplements or whatever is required to construct our house. In this case, it would probably be steel beams. That's alright. I think we'll be able to work on this quest. We also have a question mark on the banyan tree, which I'm actually interested in. Let me quickly register this location before we enter. I believe this is where the next pair of twins are. This is actually the quest that we accepted right outside Belsodo Clan's, I would say, castle. And we do have to defeat these two to get the next clue. Here they are. I think we'll be able to battle them today. And then maybe continue this one in the next episode. I'm pretty sure this quest is really cool, and we probably would have to jump around different regions to just complete it. But I'm excited for that. This time we have TemTem around level 90, which I believe is a bit higher than the last time. I'm guessing that by the end of this quest we probably have to go against TemTems that are level 100. In this case, I decided to switch into Grunder. As for Riplum, I'm hoping that it will go down on the electric type move. Ooh, that was really bad. I wasn't expecting such a huge damage, but I think at this rate, Anton would probably go down the next turn if I'm not that careful. This time, I'm actually faster, which is surprising, and we're able to take down the Riplum. For the next turn, Typhoon goes down as well. Up next, we have Skyrovolt and Raycan. I actually really don't like Raycan. It's one of the toughest TemTems I know. It gets a really good buff. And if you are having a Raycan in your team, it's amazing. But if you are facing a Raycan like I am, it's quite frustrating. Hopefully I'll be able to take this one down soon. I do have Rockfall on Ushkai, and that did the trick. There we go. But it's never always this easy. Last up we have a Grandpa. Alright. Now, Grandpa is a tricky TemTem. I believe electric type moves are super effective on it. Luckily, I do have Grunder, so I'm able to take it down. Let's see what the next clue is. And here is the next clue. It is the saltiest place. I'm guessing it's somewhere in Tukma. Or at this point, I'm not sure. The saltiest place. Oh, I know. I think it's in Dennis. If you remember, there's a salt mine in Dennis, and that is probably where they are. Pretty simple. In this case, we do have one more location that we can actually register here in Naga. I think I'll try to register it. It's probably near Anak Volcano, which is a location I have yet to explore. I'm excited for that, but I think it will be a bit more trickier to reach there. Let's make our way to Ulterior Omniscia. Alright, I will try to see if it is right here, which it isn't. Alright, in this case, let me try and make my way there. At this point, I'm guessing it is the location that is right next to Anak Volcano, the Temporium. But in the next episode, we are just gonna try and explore Anak Volcano if possible, and also try to see if I'll be able to complete the other quests other than the lair one. Here we are. Let me cross over. Thankfully, I do have the crystal skates, which makes it so much easier. Here it is. Alright, that was the last one. That's all I had for today. Hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please put a like, and if you haven't did, please consider subscribing to my channel, as it really helps me a lot. If you'd like to support me more in other ways, check out the links down in my description for Patreon and Ko-fi. But I'll see you all in the next one.